pop culture, with DJs and painting, graffiti art are expressed every day within the inner cities of America and the world. You are not viewing hip-hop, you are hip-hop.
Oh man, it's Friday. It's Halloween and it's Friday. I mean, hey, Halloween fell on a weekend, although technically Friday isn't the weekend, but we'll ride with it. So, with it being Halloween and we're in the fall, somebody, this little one right down here in that corner, right down here, yeah, somebody really likes candy corn. I enjoy candy corn. I think it's a great candy. I also love the autumn mix because it has the pumpkins. It has the harvest type. Is it harvest style? It's the harvest corn. I think it's called harvest corn. But it has all of it. I think it's great. I love it. And so I went to the store the other day and my local Kroger did not have my candy corn. I was a little agitated, not gonna lie to you. A little agitated because I came in here for one thing, technically the candy corn. I ended up getting a flu shot and a COVID shot. And I got a coupon for getting a shot. $20 coupon, matter of fact, $20. So I got more things, but I didn't get my candy corn. So I kept looking. So I said, am I going to go out today and get this candy corn? Am I going to go find it? Or am I going to just settle? And Gwendolyn said, we are not settling. So let me get up, put some clothes on, and go find this candy corn and your autumn mix. And Gwendolyn, oh yeah, people. Yeah, this is it. You see this? You see all this yumminess right here? Yeah. I got a couple of bags. So we'll be a little high on sugar for the next couple of days. I think maybe it'll last me like a week. No, it may last me a week, but so the autumn mix, let me come up real quick. The autumn mix includes the harvest and the regular candy corn and the mellow pumpkin. I think it's like mellow cream pumpkin, something like that. That's what it's called. Perhaps me and a few other people are keeping Brock's in business, but I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think it's genius. I like it. What can I tell you? So we're going to have a little fun today because, I'm not the biggest candy person, but I have my fair share of loves and wants. So I want to talk about candy, capitalism, and some childhood memories. Good afternoon. This is Girl Listen. You guys are tuning in. So it's Friday. It is Friday. And I am Gwendolyn, GR Houston Jack. It's 4:00. Did I get it all in? Oh, we're also streaming live to LinkedIn and we're streaming live to YouTube. So wherever you are, like the video. If you're on YouTube, like it. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment, that kind of thing. If you're on LinkedIn, you can like it there too and leave comments. We see the comments on LinkedIn as well. So, by all means. And get in there. But I'm really digging how StreamYard has given us all these really cute like overlays for the holidays. I don't celebrate Halloween. It's not my thing, but I'm going to talk about that. I am going to talk about it. But I think it's cute how they have all these like overlays and things to make it festive. Who doesn't want a little festivity? So let's get into some hellos before we go too far. My mother is here. Hello, mother. Of course I said hello to my mom. I had time to. Jazzy's here. Hello. And she's getting the side eye. Come on, people. Look, I understand that people have some sort of love-hate relationship with candy corn. I'm not fully understanding it. But candy corn and that whole family, it's the bomb. It's the bomb diggity. Just gonna tell you. So, there's nothing wrong with candy corn. It is the best, in my opinion. People, it's the best. And so I want to talk about some of the memories, right? Because, when we were younger, And I don't know. I don't think it was I guess my mother. I don't know if it was really like her idea. I'm trying to think. I do know we spent a couple of Halloweens doing like the trick or treat thing. My auntie used to do a big party, and I say big as a kid because we were kids, but it was a big party because today is my cousin's birthday. He's born on Halloween, and so we would do this Halloween party at her house. And my aunt Linda, man, she would create the what you call it, the caramel apples and the candy apples. And it was we had a great time, and we would go trick-or-treating in their neighborhood. And so I'm just thinking, back in the day when we would do stuff for trick-or-treat, we didn't do these really snazzy costumes that the parents and kids are doing today. It was not all that. Like, I remember for myself when I got older and I took my nephew out to trick-or-treat, I remember putting on a dress I had that was kind of like space age and some silver lipstick because I had it. And I was just like, some sort of like Martian chick, but we didn't really go all out on a costume. And I think we got him like a little pumpkin to put candy in, but we typically just had like a bag. We just took a bag or maybe like a pillowcase or something and went around the neighborhood, and that was it. I mean, it wasn't like a big deal, but it's funny, how things have changed since then. Because back in the day, our costumes had like a little plastic face and that really chintzy string around the back to cover your head. And that was it. And then you just kind of went out there, or you just made up some stuff. And we were not that crazy creative. Shout out to Black Eighth Element who is here. So, I'm just saying, like, things have changed when it comes to Halloween. So here's the deal. I would love to know your top Halloween candy, since I'm getting a side eye for my candy corn. I actually saw somebody put together they did this candy version of a corn cob, a corn cob, and they had the candy corn sticking out, and I was like, "Ow!" And when you really put it together, you're like, "That's why they look the way they look." It was genius. A lot of sugar, but what can I tell you? But I like candy corn. I think it was great. The few times I have done trick-or-treating as the person giving candy, I typically do like, the Reese's, those minis, so like the Snickers and the Kit Kat, you know what I'm saying? The dark chocolate, the Hershey, you kind of give that. I've never done raisins. Like, ain't nobody doing no raisins. I don't want to be that house. And sometimes we'll do like the Laffy Taffy and stuff like that, But I was out today. First of all, some of these prices for bags of candy, oh my Lord. Yeah, $30. $30. And I'm like, well, how many kids are going to get anything? Because with that, yeah, yeah. We're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything for a long time. I have not done any putting out of the candy on the porch for kids to come up. I will make sure that my lights, which come on automatically, do not come on. And just when you think everybody has gone home and you turn it back on, somebody is still out there. And I'm like, no, ain't nobody got no candy here. I have no candy. No mas. No candy here. Jazzy says, I was a Barbie one year with that plastic mask and all they had was a white one. Yeah, I mean, like we didn't have a lot of options back then, right? We just kind of showed up. And now when you see people, they go all out. As a matter of fact, Black Eighth Element, I almost put this picture in the mix, but I did not. There was one year at the office when he and our boss was Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart, which was cute. I thought it was really cute, the two of them. She said, I really can't judge because my favorite is Milky Way. See, I love a Milky Way. Man, the Milky Way dark. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, Milky Way dark and Mars bar. I mean, I love a good Mars bar. Yes, $30. Okay, so let's talk about really quick this candy for $30. We're talking like the small bite-sized pieces. Now, back in the day, we were There were some neighborhoods in Houston that were giving out full-size candy bars. There were particular neighborhoods in Houston that gave out full-size candy bars in their neighborhood. And then in other neighborhoods, you got like the little bite-sized things. And then what was that black and orange candy that came in like kind of like a craft wrapper? It was like a peanut butter something. It was the most grotesque candy and it was the cheapest thing too at the grocery store, which is why so many parents, I believe, bought it. Disgusting. I don't even remember what the candy is. I'm sure if I went hunting and I asked my AI, I could find it. Ditto. Love a good Milky Way, man. That sucker is smooth. Very smooth. But there were a couple of candies that you were like, don't nobody want that candy. And depending on what neighborhood you went to, you got a lot of that. Now, I don't know what parents are doing nowadays. I have seen all over the Ring neighborhood app that there are a lot of houses that are like, we're doing candy here, we're doing candy here. And people are doing the trunk entry, as in they have a trunk kind of midway somewhere in their yard. You come up to it, you grab the candy, you keep moving. Like, people are no longer opening their door and handing out stuff. It is so interesting how times have changed, and rightfully so. But times have changed when it comes to what we do on Halloween. Black Eighth Element says, no, the white candy with the black stripes. Yes, the white candy didn't it have like a sesame flavor? Isn't that what it had? I mean, isn't that what it was? Like, there were a lot of these, I don't hate to use the word cheap, but they were affordable candies back then that were just given out. And when you got back to the house and you were dumping out your candy, you were like, which one of these am I really going to enjoy? Let me also take a side step with that story, because we did a lot of candy stuff in school as well. I mean, we did a lot of stuff in school. There was the fall festival where we would, each classroom did something. And I'm sure you guys remember the cakewalk, which, nowadays you can't. I don't think these kids do anything. At least I don't think they do anything. But we used to have like our fall fair. And what was it called? Black Eighth Element. What was it called? Because there was a day and we went to Red Elementary. And I want to say it was the fall fair. And all the classrooms had like a theme, and like one classroom had the cakewalk, another classroom had something else, and you would come and you could like bob for apples. Like, we had all these things happening in each of the classrooms. Let me know if you guys did that in your elementary school, but that's what we did. And I'm just like, do kids do any of that nowadays? Now, I know we have allergies and got to be gluten-free and everything, so you can't even bring a cupcake to a classroom nowadays. But I'm just thinking we had like the best time at those fall festivals, because they had popcorn and pickles, and that was just at the school. And you would do like little trick-or-treating there too. That was just at the school, but what can I tell you? So Jazz says, one of my friends lived in an affluent neighborhood, and they would give out cotton candy, full candy bars, and money. Not just $1 bills. They gave out like the $10 at a time. Yes, there were certain neighborhoods in Houston, certain particular neighborhoods in Houston that did those things. And then word would get out and folks would drive to those neighborhoods. And, like I said, things have changed. I don't know what people are still doing nowadays. I don't know. Hey, shout out to the family. Family's here. Snickers is the GOAT. Really? Snickers? You think so? Really? I mean, Snickers is good, but you think that's like the best Halloween candy? Oh, that's interesting. I'm surprised that you went there. I mean, I love a good Snickers. They had 2 for $1 at Kroger last week. I picked up 2. I almost picked up 4 because I hadn't had one in like forever. But I just had this sort of like want for the peanut butter and the, you know what I'm saying? Well, no, it's nougat and peanuts and the chocolate, the caramel. Yeah. She said, I really tried to like Snickers, but I love the nuts, like a payday. Like I said, if you can get to one of those old-timey candy shops, they still have Mars bars. I love a good Mars bar. Don't nothing hit like a Mars bar, people. Nothing hits. And then shout out to you, fam, for being here. Thanks for being here. So now the candy apples. Do people still do them? Now, I know that they are still sold because there's a company called like Mrs. Pringles. I think it's Miss Prindables. I got her name wrong. But they make these gourmet decorated apples that have like caramel and chocolate and cashews and like all the nuts, like all the sprinkles. I mean, they're nice full-size apples. They're pretty good too. Pretty good. But I remember my Aunt Linda, she would do the Halloween party because it was a Halloween / birthday party, and she would do the apples. And you can still get like the caramel to dip your own apples, and do, I don't know if people still do that thing. Like when we were coming up, we had popcorn balls. You could hand out popcorn balls. You could hand out your candied apples, your caramel apples. And that's before you realize the importance of the dental work. You know what I mean? Like we were biting into candy and stuff, biting into hard candy, thinking, who cares? It's an apple. It's sweet. I just want to, yeah. I would not do a candied apple nowadays. I would not do it. Wouldn't do it. But those were great times though. I can tell you that. I do like a good apple, but we don't, not doing those. So I want to talk about how Halloween has shaped our view on abundance and excess. Now, I know it's like a little side story here because you don't think about it, but I want you to go back to that day when you would go trick-or-treating. And we went trick-or-treating a couple times, not too many times. Like when I really think about it, we didn't go trick-or-treating that many times. I think my dad was really the one who did all the candy things. He has a sweet tooth. He had a sweet tooth. And we would get these big buckets of candy. Now, when I became of age and I wasn't a homeowner, but I was living with the parents because it was after 9/11, I admit I went all out. I would get, bags of candy. And I was going to Big Lots to get my candy. I went to Big Lots to get my bags of candy. And then I wanted to take the nephew out for him to go do all of his little trick-or-treating thing. You let the kids do it. It's great as kids. I really am surprised though, even in this neighborhood, there's a lot of teenagers who do the trick-or-treating. A lot of teenagers. And I'm like, but I'm gonna get there next. So when we would go trick-or-treating, right, we're just going from house to house, doing the thing. And then at the end, you're looking at what you have. Now, like I said, you got that really gross peanut nougat, whatever it was, candy that came in that black and orange wrapper. Ugh, we pretty much tossed that out. And there was a time in the 80s where I remember the parents had to check the candy for I think stick pins or something. There was, and I say rumor, but there was some rumor going around that there were adults putting things in candy. And so you had to check the candy before your kids ate the candy. I mean, there is always some adult somewhere doing something stupid to make it hard for everybody else, right? Like that just, but you felt like you didn't get enough. Like if you had a Halloween and your haul, your candy haul was kind of like, and then someone else's candy haul was like, whoa, you started feeling some kind of way. And you would think, well, it really hasn't impacted me. Okay, those are the lies we tell ourselves because you start looking at stuff differently. Like, well, why does he have so much? And there's nothing worse than when you would go to a house and you would see somebody hand out like 3 pieces to one kid, and then your kid comes up and they get 1 piece. I mean, not, hey, auntie over here, auntie, now grandmother. But I was peeping that, and I was like, can we get 2 more pieces? Can we get 2 more pieces of candy? Since y'all was handing out 3 to everybody else, I mean, but we would see those things. We would see those things. Let me get some of these comments real quick. Sean Sam said, remember when schools had Halloween parties? Yes, candy apples, popcorn balls. We had fun times in elementary school. Like we did a lot of stuff. There was like a whole fall festival that happened in your elementary school. Oh, I'm sorry, Jazzy. So no candy apples for you. My bad. Hey, Dr. Tachi is here. Dr. Tachi, thank you. Razors. I knew it was something. It was like stick pins, something. Razors, right? It was razors put into candy. And they had us checking out the candy, which is why for some parents, they went from letting their kids do trick-or-treating to just having Halloween parties. And that way they knew what the candy was because they purchased the candy, the kids came there for the party, and the kids went home. And they have to be out in the neighborhood. And things are so different now. I mean, we've always had stranger danger. So trust, I understand that. But people are a little on the loco side over, nowadays. And you just don't, you're like, do I want my kid out there in the streets and are people going to act right? It's just, ugh. Karma is undefeated. That it is. You got a point there. That's a concern now with the pins and the candy. Just saw a report on really. Yeah. This is also explains why a lot of community places have gone to doing just a Halloween party if you do something so that the kids have some place to go that is safe. They know the candy, they know the food. You don't have to be overly concerned. Like, you still want to be concerned, right? Because I know, like, when I've had families come here and do portraits, I keep a little bowl, a little bowl of something for the little ones, for the kiddies. I try to go with the gluten-free. I try to go with the, not really sugar-free, but some really tasty things. But every now and then there's chocolate in there and almonds and other nuts. And so before kids grab them, I'm like, hey, can you have that? Because I don't need your parents freaking out that you had like some allergic reaction to the peanuts and whatever else. And so I let the parents pick the candy out versus the kids because just want to be safe. Jazzy says, my neighborhood had a neighborhood haunted house that we would throw every year. The parents and the kids would participate and we could give out candy. It was amazing. Yeah. We have to go to these things. And adults do a lot of things too. Adults do a lot of parties. Now, I'm not the biggest person for dressing up. It's just, like I said, I was in the sort of, I used to call it my, my Lampoon days, my Clark Griswold days, where I was doing all the holiday stuff, the decoration. And when it came to like Christmas, when I was still doing those things, if the neighbor had a couple of lights, I wanted twice as many. And I wanted music and I wanted all the things. Mother and I took a couple of trips when Garden Ridge Pottery was Garden Ridge Pottery at night to pick up some stuff. Because Gwendolyn wanted to really decorate the yard and have a really nice house. But I'm no longer in that spirit. So how much is spent nowadays on Halloween candy and costumes? Because like I said, it's different now compared to what it was back then. It's different times. This is last year numbers. 2024, $11.6 billion. That's slightly down from 2023. Now, I would love to see what happens this year with all that's goings on. I want to see it. Per person spending, $115, we'll say. That's up nearly $11. Candy, anywhere from 3.5 to 3.9 billion spent on candy. And then costumes, $4.3 billion. Can you believe it? Let me say this real quick. I grabbed whatever was in the house and made something. Like I said, I'm trying to remember, maybe once, if not twice, the parents bought us something, but I don't really think they did. Like, we just didn't get down like that. Like, and think about it, we had 4 kids. So that's a lot. And these costumes now, man, they are not what they used to be. They are definitely different. But 4.3 billion. And then for decorations, 4.2 billion spent on home and yard decor. Y'all have seen these people put up all the things around their house for Halloween. Everybody has their something. Really, everybody has their something. We have neighbors down the street that done some pretty snazzy things. Nothing with like, coffins and whatnot in the yard, but they've done some snazzy things. Everybody does what they believe is best for them. Yes, it is big business, Dr. Tachi. You are correct. It is big business. And people I'm quite surprised sometimes, and then I'm not. Everybody picks a holiday if they choose to do it. And Halloween is one where they go all out. I have seen the costumes, and that goes across all the ages, which is why I was saying, hey, there's a lot of adults who, the teenagers go trick-or-treating, but there are a number of adults who do their Halloween parties, right? So how does Halloween impact us in terms of our creativity as adults? I got a couple ideas. Jad says, after I was Barbie, my mom would give me black leggings and a black turtleneck, and I either was a witch, a cat, or sometimes we would get fancy and she would give me a cape and I was a vampire. See, that's what I'm talking about. We just use whatever was in the house. You put a little makeup on, throw like a quick wig or something, or just, it wasn't this whole big thing. It was different then. It's definitely different now. I can tell you that. So I got a couple of pictures of me in my pastime. Back in the day when I would participate. I don't do a lot of office things. I didn't do a lot of office things, but every blue moon I would do some office things. This year I was one of the doctors. I had to get an outfit. Now that's cheap, right? Like you just go on Amazon or any other place and get a pair of scrubs. And then I bought a wig, and let me tell you, that wig gave me hell that day. I don't know how women do it. I really don't know how women get through a whole day of wearing a wig. That was the worst. But I wore it, and people were like, "Who is that?" It's like, yeah, I've only worn that wig once. That was the first and last time I wore it. When I got in the car, I took that sucker off because I was done. I was like, I don't want to see this wig again. I cannot deal. As my cousin says, Mama used to get a quick little costume from Walgreens to call it a day. That's yes. And even, how much were they back then? Like what, average maybe $15, $20 back then? Maybe. I have to do some, hey, like I said, women who wear wigs, I salute you. I really do. Because it was a lot. It was a lot to have it on all day. I was like, I don't know how women do it. Just me buying the wig was an adventure. Sticker shock. I was like, for a wig? And mind you, I don't even own a comb because I don't have hair like that. So I didn't even own a comb to comb this wig. But what can I tell you? So some people even have their wig sewn down like it's a weave. Yes, there's mad work, and I respect it. Yeah, thank you. I think it was like $20 at the most. We didn't spend too much on our costumes back then. But I did participate every now and then. Gwendolyn will participate in some office something. And then there are some people who get really creative. Now, she had an actual doll in her hand and an outfit and the leggings. She went all out. And I was like, dang, y'all be doing it. For some people, the creativity really comes to life during Halloween. And I respect all of the makeup artists who go extra ham and do their face and everything. I'm like, dude, me, the most you would probably get is a wig and some scrubs. Cause I'm a doctor now. There you go. Gwendolyn's a doctor. Okay. That's how creative I am. But we had a lot of people in our office. This is a few years back, and there's Black Eighth Element. He and his Martha Stewart. He was Snoop Dogg. Our boss was Martha Stewart. She had a pan of brownies as she walked around the office. They were the cutest. They were the cutest couple. But people like to dress up and bring out their very best of their creative side as an adult. So, it really all depends on what you like to do. The way that some people will start decorating their house for Christmas tomorrow. Some people go all out for Halloween, What can I tell you? Dr. Tachi says my favorite costume when I was little was Spider-Man. I did it 3 times, but I couldn't look at myself in the mirror because the mask scared me. Oh my God. I don't know how you picked the Spider-Man. You couldn't even look at yourself. What is the deal there? Oh my goodness. So look, this evening, Gwendolyn is staying in. The lights will be turned off. We are not serving anything. I mean, I went to the store for my fix. I got my fix. There you go. I got a nice serving of candy corn and autumn mix and my mellow pumpkins, and I'm gonna be good. I need to, when I tell you, I don't know if they made it, if it's a different flavor, but I took a couple this afternoon, and them suckers was sweet. I was like, am I just getting older or is it getting sweeter? I'm not really sure, but that's sugar high. That sucker it was tough. I was like, Gwendolyn, you gonna make it? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But guess what? We do have some things coming up. Let me do that as I wrap this up. We got Anthony rolling next week. I want to say it's on the 5th of November. Yes, it is. That's Wednesday. So please hold up. If you have not voted, okay, I do know in Texas, 7 o'clock is the last, is when they're going to close the polls to vote early, right? Because you can't vote tomorrow or Sunday, and we vote on Tuesday. Please get out and use your voice. Now, if you in Texas, these folks are trying to do some things, okay? I don't want to influence your vote, but if you're not sure, just vote no on everything. Okay, there you go. Let me get back to it because, hey. But yes, Anthony's going to be here. We're talking about creative growth isn't solo. You're going to need a mentor, and we're going to talk about why practice matters. And then Friday, our friend comes back. Jazzy is back. We're going to talk about the perfect neighbor. Now, we're getting into policing, power, and white tears. We are going to have a conversation, okay? Because if you have a documentary that shows certain things, I don't see why we should not pick up the baton and have the conversation about what we're seeing here and what some of us see every day. But that's next Friday, so be sure to tune in for that. That's going to be good. We always have our Each One Teach One Work and Chill, Work, Connect, Thrive every Thursday from 1 to 4 o'clock. I forgot what we talked about yesterday. I forgot. But we had a good time yesterday too. We had a good time. If you haven't already, there's still time, I believe, to get on the event for Hello Healing's retreat in Bali. I believe there is still time. So check that out at hellohealing.co. And then lastly, we've got the email, which I have to write sometime today. So maybe after this, the mature and marvelous. I didn't write it like last week or like I was supposed to be. It was written down, but I kept snoozing it. And you know, when you keep snoozing something, you just kind of, yes, I need to stop snoozing it and write it. So let's get these last comments. No, they've always been sweet. Really? Well, they feel extra sweet today. But yes, this may last me 2 weeks because that rush. I was like, whoa, that was a lot. And yes, today is the last day for early voting. There's a lot, people. If you didn't think your voice mattered, this kerfuffle that we're calling life right now, this super long episode of the Twilight Zone, yeah, get out there and help put this to bed because we need to unplug the TV. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, I believe that's it. I'm feeling pretty good because I got my candy corn for all the haters out there. I will enjoy gobbles and handfuls of candy corn in your favor. Yeah, in your honor. I'm gonna do it for you. Because that's how wonderful I am, right? I'm gonna do it for you. Until then, I'm gonna see you all next week, Lord willing. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe. Hey, it's G. Thank you for watching this episode of Girl Listen. Be sure to catch me every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And while you're here, I cordially invite you to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you all next week.